It's been a pretty wet start to today's hike. In fact, I am standing in a puddle as we speak. But fear not, there is no puddle too deep or mud too sticky to get this wildlife photographer stuck. Today, we are going out into the New Forest and we're going to be seeing what photos we can get on this glorious sunny day. In front of me just now, there were a couple of starlings and a blackbird all hopping around down on the ground foraging for food. These birds likely have chicks at this time of year, and because the ground is so soft, this is an optimum condition for them to be able to find the worms and the insects they can dig around in this mud. They have flown off now, which is a shame, but I'll tell you about the lens I'm using. This lens is the Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens. It has an aperture between 5 and 6.3. And although that aperture makes it difficult to use on cloudy days or in the evenings, in bright sunlight, like we have today, it's particularly handy. And the super zoom on this lens, the focal length of 600 millimeters, means that even when you're photographing wildlife that's particularly wild out here in the New Forest, you can still get a decent reach so you don't have to disturb them. Now the blackbird has just come back in front of me. So let's see if I can get some photos. Now we've been talking lots about the sun and how great that is for photography. So much so, the moon clearly got a bit jealous, because if you look up in the corner of your screen, just behind this cloud, the moon is out as well. Now, a big thing about the New Forest is all of this kind of gorse and shrubbery, and it's a huge attraction to warblers, especially the Dartford Warbler. Now, I've never seen a Dartford Warbler before until just now. In this bush behind me, there was a Dartford Warbler. Now, I want to prove this to you by getting a photo, obviously, because that would be a dream come true. But another way I can confirm it was definitely a Dartford Warbler is this app. This is the Merlin app. Now, I'm not sponsored in any way, but it's an app that you can download and it listens to birdsong and tells you what you're listening to. On here, I hope you can read that, it's a Dartford Warbler. It's the only bird I can hear in this area, and I've been recording for quite a while. Now, I'm determined to get a photo of this bird if I can. So I'm going to keep listening to that song, and I'm hopefully going to be able to track it down and get a photo. Honestly, it would be a dream come true. I'm so focused and so certain that I'm going to get this photo. My weird sunglasses came off. I'll explain the story about them a little bit later. Okay, I've been crawling through this gorse and it's been prickly. Unfortunately, I can't go any further in, and he is just out there. I saw it again. It's definitely a Dartford Warbler. So I'm now gonna have to walk away to hopefully get closer. Genuinely, this is like exciting for me. My heart has been beating when I've been getting close. I can feel the adrenaline. And it's close. Okay, I've just watched him fly over here. Unfortunately, we have lost our Dartford Warbler. After he flew across to this bunch of bushes, I haven't seen him since, and I cannot hear his call anymore. We do have a red kite just soaring over. I'm really quite disappointed. I saw it twice, and for me that's a big thing. Okay, red kite is now chasing something. Is that a kestrel it's chasing? I'm not even sure. Crikey. Okay, well, that was unplanned. Where was I? Yes, a shame we didn't get the Dartford Warbler, but fingers crossed, they were some pretty cool photos. Red kite, and I believe a kestrel. I will put that down to a fact check later on when I can see it larger. But hey, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I like to make these videos real, where you guys are seeing everything. You're seeing what I find and what I don't get. You're seeing the random things that pop up out of the blue. If you enjoy these videos, hit that like and subscribe. I'd love you to join the gang here on YouTube. We're not a gang, I'm never gonna call us that again. The photographers here on YouTube, the people who love wildlife and who love the planet, who enjoy going out and just having fun in it. I really appreciate every one of you who has subscribed. I haven't released a video in almost 2 months, I think, and you guys are still here, you're still supporting me, and I really appreciate that, and it gives me the ability and that motivation to come out and do more of this, even when life can get busy and pretty crazy. So, huge thank you. I'm gonna stop waffling. Actually, no, I'm not. I told you I'd tell you about these sunglasses. Since we have no Dartford Warbler, these are probably the most exciting thing we're gonna have today. That's a lie. But they're psychedelic yellow, and honestly, they were just like £2 in a shop. And I knew I needed sunglasses for when I drove around, when the sun was low, especially in these summer months, it can get very bright. So I bought them. And then they were in the car when I drove here, and I thought, I'll wear them. So, that's the very real story of why I have psychedelic yellow sunglasses. Let's go take more photos. And I'm currently following a bunch of linnets. There's about 3 of them, and they keep jumping around, well, flying around, and landing on top of bushes. And there's one of them now. It's on top of a gorse bush. In fact, is that one a linnet? That might be a whitethroat. Nope, it is still a linnet. They're pretty little birds. They often go unnoticed. They have quite a pale undertone to their wings. They've got beautiful face markings, so I'm going to stop telling you about them, and I'm going to show you some of the images we've got. Down the hill, there are 2 horses, and there's a foal, and it's such a tiny baby horse. It's super cute, but I'm not gonna get too close because mothers are very protective of their babies, and obviously, we are in the wild. These horses are wild animals, so if you're coming out to the New Forest, make sure to give plenty of distance between you and any mother horses especially, because horses are genuinely dangerous. That being said, from this distance and with a telephoto lens, we're gonna see what photos we can get. And we went from being in amongst all the green, all the shrubbery, all the gorse, where there's tons of dense cover, so many places to hide, to being in quite an open space where the only cover are these dead branches. I guess they're dead gorse, but it's very black and brown. There's hardly any green and there's hardly any cover because there's no leaves. However, there's lots of birds out here. I've already managed to get a photo of a stonechat, a male stonechat in his black and white plumage, and he camouflages great out here, along with lots of the other small birds. So I'm going to take a wander around these branches and see what we can find. And I've had a crazy little run around in this dead gorse area. We found one more stonechat, which was cool, but then I almost tripped over a hare. This hare ran away and I kind of stalked it, found it again, but it ran away again. Now these hares are so on it. They see you coming before you see them. Anyway, I was then on my way back to the car thinking, yeah, sadly, didn't get a photo of the hare, when I stumbled across the hare in the gorse area that I was in before. Then I got a really bad photo, here it is, and I followed it again, and then I found two hares. So this one had clearly met up with another hare. I saw them both running through the bushes. Got this photo, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a fantastic photo, but it is a photo of the hares, and I know that there's multiple around this area. That's super exciting, and I will definitely be back. But right now, all my batteries are low. I need some food. So I'm going to be heading back, and I don't want to disturb the hares too much. The fact we saw hares and we saw a Dartford Warbler today was pretty awesome. And I'm really happy with how today's little photography hike has gone. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. And if you want to have a look at any of the equipment I've been using in these videos, the links are all in the description for you to go along and purchase them. I get a small amount of commission, which is great. Doesn't cost you anything more, but it helps support the channel. So I really appreciate it when you do that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.